Right, so I like to say Barak Hawa, Barak Hawa Shah, Barak Hawa, Barak Hawa Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutation to you brothers out there that's doing this work and truth and sincerity. So let me grab this real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. It says, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. There ain't no new thing under the sun. Hey, the Lord, hey, when you go into I want to say, what is that? First or Second Kings, the 17th chapter. The scriptures tell you, for you are like your fathers, man. You're like your fathers. You are rebellious. You worship other idols, right? You're doing abominable things, and then you allow yourself to be given over to wickedness because the pastor, you go to a pastor and hope the pastor tell you the truth about whether or not you can eat abominable foods. Then he pull out a scripture he pull out a scripture he have no understanding of, and then tell you that because of the scripture says this, you can go ahead and go out and eat pork, man. That's what you get out of your pastors, which he's lying to you, man. The scriptures tell you to keep the laws of Yahweh Shai. You have to keep them right with the best of your ability. You're not going to be able to keep them all because we are in the land of our captivity, according to the book of Baruch, the 3rd chapter. But you can still rehearse the righteous acts. There's laws you can keep. There's laws you can keep. You can stay away from abominable foods. You don't have to be sitting there eating catfish. You ain't got to be sitting there eating Squidward and shit. You ain't got to be sitting there eating abominable foods, pork. You should know pork ain't good for you, man. Doctors, right, and scientists stated that eating pigs is not good for you because they carry diseases, they carry bacteria, they carry also um, parasites. And you will sit up there talking about I've been cooking pork for 20 years. I know how to cook pork. Then you wondering why you got a bunch of migraines, man. You wonder why you got migraines. But that's why the Lord told you in Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. So again, there ain't no new thing under the sun. You was rebellious then. You're going to be rebellious now, man. Let me get that, man. Because I quoted it. I want to see if it's 17. Right, 2 Kings 17 and 7, it says, for so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against Yahweh their power, which had brought them out of the land of Egypt. You niggas were rebellious then in Egypt too, man. When you go to Deuteronomy, the 9th chapter, the 7th verse, the scriptures tell you that you provoked him unto anger. Matter of fact, let's get that, man. Let's get that in Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 9 and 7. Matter of fact, so check it out. I'll read it from the top. It says, hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day to go and to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and fenced up to heaven, a people great and tall, the children of the Anakims, which I believe were Hamites, the Anakims. But if I'm wrong, correct me. It says, whom thou knowest and of whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak? Understand therefore this day that Yahweh thy power is he which goeth over before thee as a consuming fire. He shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as Yahweh hath said unto thee. Speak not thou in thine heart after that Yahweh thy power hath cast them out from before thee, saying, for my righteousness Yahweh hath brought me into to possess this land. But for the wickedness of these nations Yahweh doeth drive them out from before thee. Not for thy righteousness or for the uprightness of thine heart dost thou go to possess their land, but for the wickedness of these nations Yahweh thy power doeth drive them out from before thee. and that he may perform the word which Yahweh sware unto thy fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now this is my point. This is what I wanted. Understand therefore that Yahweh thy power giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people. Now let's look up this word stiff-necked. So going into this, it proves that look, the Lord has our back, but our people will still persist on being wicked and rebellious. This is why 2/3 of you have to die through the spirit and the will of the Lord. So stiff neck.
Strong's H 7186. Kasher. Kasher.
Hard, cruel.
Second entry.
Salakia.
Kasha. Kasha.
Hard, cruel, severe, obstinate, hard, difficult, severe. Hey, don't your grandma or your mother used to call you what? Hard-headed, you hard-headed ass. You know what I'm saying? You hard-headed ass boy. Hard-headed as hell, huh? It says difficult, severe, fierce, intense, vehement, stubborn, stiff of neck, stiff neck, right? Uh, rigorous, a battle, right? So that's just what it means. You know, you're stubborn as hell, man. You're stubborn as hell. You can be told to do something multiple times, and you will still just do whatever the hell y'all want to do. Just like now, hey, the black woman is a perfect example of that, man. You talk to they have these social media podcasts, right, which is totally against the Most High, because the scriptures tell you, warn to them that take counsel of me, that take counsel but not of me, which we could grab at too. But when a man want to keep a woman and he tell her, this is how I want my type of woman, she'll tell you, well, that's you trying to make me submissive, and or you being insecure. I'm like, that's the perfect example of being rebellious. These niggas out here robbing stores and robbing people and shooting them, and like, that's the perfect example of being rebellious, right? They stiff-necked, they're stubborn. They don't want to be told nothing, right? But Salakia, this is that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I'm talking about what I'm talking about is 2 Kings the 17th chapter. I don't think that's what I wanted. And they walked in. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Salaki, I know I'm missing something. There's something that I wanted to get. Maybe it is back in Deuteronomy 7. Right, it's in Deuteronomy 7. Salaki on that. Actually, what I wanted to grab was the 7th verse as well. It says, remember and forget not how thou provokest Yahweh thy power to wrath. In the wilderness, see, and this is what I was talking about. There's no new thing under the sun. You niggas are rebellious then. You was rebellious then. You rebellious now. It's no different. And it says, remember and forget not how thou provokest Yahweh thy power to wrath. And in the wilderness, from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt until ye came unto this place, ye have been rebellious against Yahweh. So there you go. You rebellious then, you rebellious now, man. So when we sit up here and we say 2/3 of our people need to be destroyed, we're not just saying that for nothing, man. We saying that because you are against the Most High. You're ultimately against the Most High. No matter if you're a Mormon, no matter you're a Christian, no matter you're a Jehovah Witness, no matter you're apologetic or apologist or whatever the hell you want to call yourself, you are against the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And if you are against the word, the God of this Bible, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you will be destroyed, man. Right? So let's grab that, because that's what we was going into was I want to say that 2 Kings, right? 17, going into you being just like your fathers, right? So lock it, bear with me for a second. So 2 Kings 17 and 7, it says, "For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against Yahweh, their power which had brought them out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, and walked with." What did Exodus the 20th chapter say? The Exodus the 20th chapter tell you to worship nothing that is in heavens, on the earth, or in the water beneath. Right? Jake could tell you that he worshiped the earth as God, and he worshiped the Egyptian gods, and just a bunch of madness. Reading the book of Enoch, which I was going through the book of Enoch like last week and came across the 7th chapter. In the 7th chapter, you know, practically and really uh, tell you that angels came down and had sex with the women on earth, which is complete madness, man. The sons of the Most High represents two, which is the sons of the Most High represented first Adam, Seth, and out of Seth lineage, right? Then the angels, which when you go into Job, it tell you that the angels, the sons of the Most High came and they spoke to the Most High, and then came Satan, right? But when you go into Genesis, the 6th chapter, it's actually going into the sons of God, which started off with the seed that came out of Seth. And when these sons uh, had sex with women of other nations, that's where things started to get bad. So it wasn't so lucky. I'm not gonna go into that breakdown right now because you gotta go into detail in that breakdown. I'm just giving a real quick review. But ultimately, the sons of the Most High, which if you go into like the book of Hosea, I believe the 11th chapter, Exodus 4, Luke 3 and like 34 or 43 on down, it tell you who the sons of God are. So we just read Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. There's no new thing under the sun. So when these men that was chosen by the Lord, these men went into women of other nations, right? The word giant, just go back to what the word Nephiel, which means in the etymology, the fallen ones. That's it. It's not going into angels falling from heaven and having sexual intercourse with women. Come on, man. The scriptures tell you that the angels make no marriages, man. So going back into this real quick, we're going to have to end it. I'm going to go ahead and say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work. And truth and sincerity, I like to say, Shalom.